We are in the presence of the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick, or what Ford refers to as the vehicle for people who do stuff. Now, this is going to be a very brief, exploratory, static walk around of this all-new vehicle, so we're going to get right into it right now. The first item to discuss would be size. Now, if you take a look at it, it's actually a little bit longer than I initially anticipated. But to give you an idea, a sense of length, this is 11.5 inches shorter than the Ford Ranger. It's also about 2.5 inches lower than your basic Ranger with the standard suspension. That gives you an idea. It's still a fairly big vehicle. As far as urban sizing, it's right about right for a pickup. Now, the main reason why people will purchase a 2022 Ford Maverick is the bed. The bed is clearly key. Now, Ford put a lot of thought into developing a very accessible bed. As you can see, I'm just shy of 5'10", and I can easily reach into the bed and grab stuff. That was a very important consideration. Now, as you can see, this is still, as I said, it's a fairly long vehicle, but it's not that big. The bed itself is only about 4.5 feet deep. So you won't exactly fit everything you want to fit, or perhaps are interested in fitting. But Ford, once again, thought of a lot of things. Now, this bed extender is an option, which is kind of cool. Not something that we've never seen before. But let's just do this. But perhaps what we haven't seen before is that Ford designed the bed, the flex bed, for people who are do-it-yourselfers. There are a whole bunch of notches that users and buyers and owners can actually build things in order to develop accessories for their own truck. It's actually quite novel. I mean, all you need is, for example, a 2x4. You measure the distance between the two wheel wells here, and you can build your own bike rack, for example. And the same thing here, you can build a little parcel shelf. There are even holes to attach it in place. That's very brilliant. Now, as I said, it's 4.5 feet deep, but it's not exactly that wide. So what about that 4x8 piece of plywood? Now, you see, Ford thought of that too. If you look carefully, you'll see that the top of the wheel wells here is actually flat, so it will support a load. Now, the gate itself can support up to 400 pounds, and it's actually adjustable in a way. So if you lift it and move these tabs, you can move the anchor here to a higher position. It's actually pretty easy to do, if you do it right, of course. And if you scooch down, you can see that the top of the tailgate is actually in line with the top of the wheel wells. So that enables you to slide in 4x8 pieces of whatever you want to slide in. That's actually quite brilliant. And again, this will support up to 400 pounds, so you can really pile them on. Now, speaking of piling stuff on, the Maverick is actually rated to haul up to 1,500 pounds in the bed, no matter if you have the base hybrid version, which is what this is, or the 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost model. Now, as I mentioned, this is a hybrid version. So the actual powertrain is a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine that is mated to a continuously variable transmission and an electric motor. Grand total is 191 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive only. But because of that configuration, this vehicle is rated at about 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, which works out to about 40 miles per gallon. That's quite impressive. Now, no all-wheel drive is currently offered with the hybrid, but I'm guessing that Ford is considering it seriously because the Ford Escape, which shares the same powertrain, is available for $1,500 with all-wheel drive as an option. Now, if you do want all-wheel drive, you can opt for a 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine, which produces 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. The main difference between the two, other than fuel consumption, is the fact that with the hybrid you can only tow about 2,000 pounds, and when you move up to the EcoBoost, you're looking at 4,000 pounds of towing capability, which is, roughly your average boat for a weekend adventure. As standard with every basic Ford Maverick, including the base model, which I'm sitting in at $25,900, you will get an 8-inch touchscreen display, which includes Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Obviously, you get all kinds of other features which are expected in 2022. From the driving position, you do get a sense that this is definitely a Ford product with very familiar gauges and controls, including the HVAC. But what isn't familiar are these very, very cool door handles. These are extremely unique, and if you look around the door handle itself, you can see the storage bin is actually modular in the sense that you can fit various size elements, from a pad to a 1 liter bottle of your favorite, cooling off fluid. It's actually quite interesting. There are a number of orange accents throughout, and I have nothing but praise for the materials used throughout. You really get the impression that there's sustainability somehow built into it. I mean, the material is really nice. It seems durable and very comfortable, and I do love the bluish hue throughout, especially on the top of the dashboard. It's like a denim styled grippy plastic. It's really, really nice. I think now what we'll do is we'll go explore the second row. Another main buying consideration for the brand new Maverick, say contrary to the original Ranger that we all loved, this actually has a small crew cab configuration. And ingress and egress is actually quite easy because the doors are cut out completely squarely. Now up front here is my driving position, and it's quite impressive the amount of legroom you have here. If you sit two of me, across here, doubtful there will be room for another third adult, as Ford depicts in many of its promotional videos for the Maverick. But the fact of the matter is, the seat back isn't that upright, meaning that it's actually fairly comfortable. And an armrest, cup holders, what more can you ask for, really? Again, the materials and the sight lines are actually quite good. Everything is cut out square. This could definitely double as a small family vehicle. In the event that you are curious about the actual Maverick you are staring at right now, this is obviously a 22 XLT front-wheel drive with the 2.5 liter hybrid engine and automatic transmission, as I mentioned. Just so you know, the wheelbase is 121 inches. Now the exterior color, a very popular color for Ford, is called cactus gray. The interior, the blue, beautiful blue interior, is called navy pear with a medium slate trim. Now the actual model we have here has the optional luxury package. So on top of the base $25,900 asking price, the luxury package includes a trailer towing hitch, a power 8-way driver's seat, the spray-in bed liner, 6 D-links, a manual rear sliding window. I am going to guess that that's a $1,000 to $2,000 kit. So you're looking at anywhere between, say, $27,000 and $28,000, as you see right now on your screen. And now the question on a lot of people's minds, especially Ford, and I'm sure they'd love the actual answer to this, is whether or not the Ford Maverick will be a popular option. Now, I've only spent about a half an hour with the vehicle looking it over inside and out, and I have to say that all the elements are present to make it a very viable family/utility vehicle with an actual usable bed. The real issue, in my mind, is that other manufacturers have attempted to offer a pickup truck that isn't exactly a pickup truck, and buyers, well, kind of shy away from that because truck buyers want trucks. I'm thinking about the Honda Ridgeline, obviously. Bottom line, though, is that for the price, the efficiency, and the options, this is still an incredibly interesting product.